November 17th, 2021, meeting room 4. First thing on the agenda. Everybody sign in that's here? Thank you. First thing, I just want to go over the previous minutes with all the committee members.
I'm ready. I make a motion, or you guys need more time? Good. I make a motion, we accept the minutes of September 29th, 21.
Second?
Okay, that's second.
Aye.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Second item on the agenda is Paul and Katie Foley, public hearing, map 96, lot 10, for an earth removal permit. Green, Mr. Green?
Yeah, for the record, Scott Bernard with Grady Consulting.
Okay.
The replacement check, the proof of the newspaper.
Okay.
Proof of,
Yep, we just handed it out.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Where's the best place to present this, right here on the board?
Yeah, yep.
Right there. Oh, I forgot to pass.
That's okay. Hey Dick, you wanna pass those?
Receive that,
please?
okay?
Thank you.
Are there copies of the application as well?
Yes.
I believe
Okay.
All right, once again, Scott Bernard with Grady Consulting. Doesn't have the applicant Paul Foley with us today. We'll submit an application to remove about 40,000 cubic yards of earth. The site here, it's Foley Farm. The reason for this excavation is to expand the farm pond. It's a farm pond irrigation pond, if you will, that serves some of the blueberry fields on site. If you recall, he was here, I think about a year ago, with another excavation for the blueberry fields. This work here has been submitted to the Conservation Commission. We had a hearing about a month or two ago, and they approved the work.
And do we have a copy of that? Yeah, did they give you a copy of that yet?
Yes, I do the copy.
You do, okay.
Yeah. I can email it over to you if you'd like.
Yeah, you have her Downing's email, correct?
I do.
Yes.
Yeah. So all the soil will be removed off-site. There's an existing road that they'll be utilizing to come in and out.
Yep, that's an existing road that was used on the last project.
Yeah, so essentially it's really a continuation of the last project, just a different scope of work.
Right. So on the older project, I see that it's about 70% done, and you left an area open, and I'm assuming it's to stockpile this material so it dries out.
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. We all went to Mr. Foley's site, remember? And we saw the existing permit that's now gonna be closed. He left that area untouched so we could stockpile this material there behind the blueberries.
Yep, I remember it.
Yep. We're gonna be using the same access road in, that was prior.
I believe so.
Correct.
Okay. And your top elevation of that is, what do you got, 48 here? Existing elevation?
68.
68?
Mm-hmm. Be going down about 20 feet.
Yeah, the dikes are 70.
Yeah. Total yardage is 40,000 cubic yards?
Correct.
Okay.
So you're going down 20 feet.
So that 48's finish elevation is what you're talking?
It's probably water. Is it 48 to water?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Get to the bottom of the pond.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Any questions from anybody? It's pretty cut and dry. You're gonna have all the edges loomed and seeded when it's complete on that and everything, correct?
Correct. Everything that's not a roadway will be seeded.
Yeah,
Anything that's not water in a roadway will be
okay,
seeded.
yeah. All right.
Is there any is it an abrupt drop on the edges? I'm just wondering about,
No, it's
The
actually a recently dug pond. It's really gradual as it is now. It's very
Yeah.
natural occurring.
I'm just thinking about kids or family of Mr. Foley or anybody, you know. But if that's the case.
Inside will be a little type
If
of
that's,
slope.
if that's the case,
Yeah.
I'm all right with that. That sounds safe as you're.
Yeah, it'll be very mild. It won't be steep in any way. It'll be that you'll be able to walk, you could walk all the way in and out.
Say
Okay,
the existing pond is pretty gradual.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
match the existing.
I remember, but I don't, I'm looking at what might be the construction of it, yeah,
Yeah.
which is.
You would have drove by that on the way into the.
Yeah, I did. Well, I'm seeing the 68 and then the 48, and I'm wondering, and you gave me the answer I wanted. It's a gradual.
Does anybody else have any questions on the actual pond itself?
I'm good with that.
Good with that, Michael? Bill?
No, I'm good.
You're all set. Same amount of trucks as last permit that you're looking for?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So it pretty much mimics, since it's coming out of the same area, it'll mimic we'll have to give you another new set of order of conditions, and it's just gonna mimic the other one since it's staying right there,
Absolutely.
so. Is there any abutters in the room? Do you have any questions? If you could just say who you are,
I'm Joanne Fitch.
okay?
I live on Jakey's Bridge Road or Jabez Bridge Road. It's a bog, an old bog Mr. Keeney owned.
Okay.
Is there any DDT in there? Because I know in the, was it 30s, 40s, and 50s, they used to use that on the bogs. So I didn't know if they did use that, if that seeped into the soil there.
That's something that's out of our
Our-
realm of things. That would be something, I don't even know who you would ask for
That
something
would-
like that. You know,
That would involve some real involved chemistry to find that out, I would think.
Yeah,
As an old cranberry grower and as an applicator of materials,
that would
I
be
would-
something for the EPA or
yeah.
the DEP.
Of course, you're right, we haven't used anything like that in,
I think they stopped it like in the 50s,
Yeah.
late
Yeah.
50s.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe where they're talking about dumping the soil there, that's over near where my well is.
That's over by your well in the back,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. So you live in the back,
yes, I
behind
live in
there?
the back.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
this is an old, this is all uplands, correct? This was an upland piece right here?
Correct.
The old bog has already been dug out, or was that even ever a bog?
No, it was never a bog.
Yeah.
The material you're speaking of, ma'am, is actually closer to your house now than it will be when we pile it, to be honest.
Must say that again?
Where the bog is now, that we're
Yeah.
excavating, is closer to your house than we're actually gonna move the dirt, to be totally honest. That-
Okay.
the
So you're
dirt's
moving it
gonna-
further away?
Further away,
Oh, wait, okay.
and it's gonna be on a slope and seeded with grass.
Okay.
It'll probably be double the distance from your house now.
Yeah. Because my well is 700 feet, I think that's south from my house.
I'd be happy to look at it when we're working on site, but it wouldn't, it's gonna be further away,
Okay.
Yeah.
the furthest away from the
Right.
property.
Do you have any other questions?
No, that was it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
How long do you think it's gonna take to do this?
Usually typically, we get a year.
Typically, they have a year permit, and then they also have a year review if they haven't finished it, as long as everything's going according to plan. If they need a little extra time, we'll have another meeting on that and
Okay.
address it then, but it should be a year's time. Probably less, because the previous one was less, and it was for more yardage, I believe.
Correct.
Right.
That's what we usually do, give out a year permit and then bring it back in to review it.
Yeah. Because the other thing was this summer when you were doing all the sand there, when the wind was blowing, it was all blowing well, towards my house and Paul's house too.
Okay, I'm sorry, I wasn't aware of that. With any luck, it will be done before the dry season this time.
Okay.
Because the dirt, we're gonna work with the pond, with the material being so wet, the dust will be far less now.
Okay.
So this is the contractor, Ryko.
Yeah, if there's any concerns, I'd be happy. I didn't realize that, the dust issue. Be happy to,
Well, it was kind of hard with all the wind blowing, and I mean, sometimes it was so bad that the trees that are out there, you couldn't even see them, so. But I
definitely
mean,
sorry for
that's-
inconvenience.
Huh?
Definitely sorry for any inconvenience.
Oh, well, that's life, look like Arizona.
Any other questions from anybody?
I think you pretty much answered them, as long as our permit goes out with the same restrictions.
It's gonna, yeah,
Yep.
It's a public hearing, right? For the public allowed to comment?
well, I asked the abutters, I don't have public non-abutters on the agenda, but I did
It is
ask
a
the
public
abutter.
hearing.
I did ask the abutter.
Right,
So,
so is that
right.
for
It is
those?
it is a public hearing, yes, it
Right,
is.
from a member of the public that might have some questions?
You can ask one question, because we're gonna move on forward with this, because I have another agenda to attach.
Well, I know you do, but
Okay,
it's a
so,
public hearing on.
you ask me a
it.
question, please?
All right, so how much was the amount of the last?
40,000, the last permit? The last permit was
I believe it
for,
was 60,000.
And, the earth's gonna be removed off-site,
yes,
and what's the fee?
it's 10 cents.
10 cents or 25?
Yeah, it's 10 cents.
10 cents,
Yep.
okay. And, why is it necessary to remove the earth for the blueberries? What's the reason?
He's expanding his water hole so he has enough water for the blueberries.
For the blueberries.
For the blueberries.
And do you have any farm plan or anything that says that he needs that much water for the blueberries?
I'm sure he does.
Oh, you sure he does?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
yeah.
very
Okay,
technical answer.
thank you.
I do have more questions.
No, that's okay, we're gonna move on to the next agenda now, so
Okay, so
thank
that's
you.
an
Thank you
open-
for your questions.
That's an open
Appreciate it.
meeting lot violation.
Yep, that's good. You could
Okay.
file another violation.
I will.
Right, thank
Yep.
you.
Okay.
Yep. All right, any other questions from anybody?
Could she identify herself, please?
Sure, my name is Meg Sheehan. I'm an attorney with Save the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. All right, anybody else with any questions, or? All right, so, do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion. I move that we okay a permit for this project based on the fact that we're gonna use the same restrictions we have in the
Yes.
past. And so I'll make that motion.
Do I hear a second? Bill seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, we will set those order of conditions, and we have to sign them as members before you go forward, just like the last one. And then Darlene will be in touch with you with those order of conditions.
How long was it again? I forget, on the conditions.
For the order of conditions to come out, it's, what's it usually take you?
The order of conditions, I can turn around, I usually turn them around quickly.
Quickly, yeah.
And then it requires signatures for everybody. And then when the signatures are obtained, it goes to the clerk's office to be filed for, I think, 20 or 21 days before it comes out. So that's the
So it's
process.
about 30 pairs.
Right, yeah, maybe even
Well, especially
a
with
little
the
more,
holidays.
depending on,
But
trying to get all.
we'll try to get it out as
all
soon
the
as we can.
signatures.
That's
so.
beyond great, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right,
That's awesome.
thank you.
Thank you, have a good night.
You have that folder.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just keep this one.
If they want to keep these, that's
I'm sorry?
fine. If they don't, they can keep theirs.
Yeah, they can keep this for, keep those for.
Like an accordion.
Next item on the agenda is, correct me if I pronounce this wrong, Marab Trust, care of Mary McGrath, public hearing, map 22, lot 4, for an earth removal permit.
Peter Opachinski, representing Marab Trust, is the applicant,
Okay.
and I have
Oh,
return
thank you.
receipts and newspaper clipping,
Thank you.
and I did not bring these. Signature.
I had plenty of time, it's just too much paper tonight. There's the application.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Exhibit B. Exhibit B. This is part of it as well. Oops.
Everybody else set? Okay, Peter, if you want.
Sure. As most of you know, we have an approved subdivision road
Yes.
off of Spring Street. Spring Street is over here. Route 44 going eastbound is right here. Our roadway comes in like this to a cul-de-sac. And for the last several years, we've been removing material primarily in the orange area and the yellow area, a little bit of the blue area. And what Mrs. McGrath and I have discussed for the last several years is how to make this, her land blend in with ours
Mhm.
and have it be representative of what kind of the character of Plimpton is. So, right here where our cul-de-sac is, we're at about elevation 149 when we're done.
Right.
In Mrs. McGrath's property, right at this point along the lot line, runs between elevation 200 and I believe it's 208 rather.
Yep.
So there's about a 50 to 60 foot difference in elevation there.
Okay.
So without being able to take her property down and blend it in with ours, we would have to put up a big old ugly retaining wall. And as much as Mrs. McGrath likes trees and whatnot, we decided that it would be best if we removed the material, level it off with our property, and then reforested it.
Okay.
And then we're also building a landscape berm to give any of the neighbors across the way on Ricketts Pond
Okay.
some additional buffering. And that's about it. We've paved about half of our roadway. All the land that we have in our park is pretty much spoken for.
Right.
And this is like the last piece of earth removal that we have to do. I don't know, maybe when the last time you were out to look at the site, but we've done a lot of slope work along eastbound 44.
Yep.
This is the slope that runs along Spring Street.
Yeah.
A little bit late to seed it, but, we plan on seeding first thing in the spring, and our restoration work is
So
complete.
this is 44 is to the,
This is 44,
yeah, up to the left there.
yeah.
And this is Spring Street, on the Spring Street side.
Yeah, and in this picture right here, that's my pickup truck down at about the elevation of where the cul-de-sac is.
Right.
And this is Mrs. McGrath's property. So you can see, we'd have to have a 40 or 50 foot high retaining wall there. And we just feel that wouldn't look good. You'd see it from 44.
Right.
I think it'd be targeted with graffiti. It just makes sense to move the dirt, level it off with our land, and re-landscape it when we're done.
And what do you plan on doing for landscaping?
Landscaping, it's all listed on the plan here. It'd be a mix of pine trees and oak trees,
Okay.
and seeded with a mix of grass and wildflowers.
Okay. And your earth berm, how, is that gonna be higher than?
It's 15 feet above.
It's gonna be 15
the-
feet
The
above it.
grade that we're going to level off, we're pretty much gonna level off with the, our cul-de-sac.
cul-de-sac road, yeah.
So the cul-de-sac will be leveled off,
Yeah.
pitched to drain the water, and then, that's the toe of the slope, it would come up
Yeah.
at the top of the 15-foot earth berm.
Right.
There'd be another row of trees at the top of that.
At the top of that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And then when it's all done, because that piece will not be developed in any shape or form, we're gonna, line boulders up along the property just to keep people
Separation.
from going on to
Right.
Mrs. McGrath's property.
Okay. So it'll be all natural boulders along that edge. Okay. And the total amount that is coming out is 207?
Around 206, 207.
207?
Yeah.
And what's your estimated time, you think?
2 years.
Okay, 2 years?
2 years, because we still have
Some's left on the existing
some
one?
left on our property. It's been a very tough pit to work because it's very veiny material, so we have to do a lot of sorting and handling.
Mm.
And depending on the needs of certain customers and ourselves on our own job sites, we kind of work different areas of that pit.
Okay. And when do you plan on having the rest of the other one? I know.
I
this is all one
have this
piece.
particular lot scheduled to close with a buyer, I think in June or July next year.
Okay,
So we're hoping to have this road all paved in by June or July next year.
okay.
And then we'd be finishing up Mrs. McGrath's piece and using that for access for the trucks.
And what about the other side of your subdivision road? Where is that?
On this side,
Yeah.
there's very little earth removal on that side.
Left, yeah, okay.
There would be some incidental earth removal along this side of the road, but I think that all would just pretty much stay on site. 'Cause
Yeah.
It does drop off quite a bit as you head towards Ricketts Pond.
Okay. All right,
But we're not asking for earth removal in that area because I think that would just be handled as the planning board issues their site plan approvals for
Right.
those lots.
right. Okay. Any questions from anybody?
Yeah, can I ask a question, Mr. Oberchinsky?
Sure.
The berm,
Confirm, yes.
what, are there lots over here, or is this all water?
This is Ricketts Pond.
Ricketts Pond goes right here.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is the berm.
Yes.
So that's kind of a berm protecting anybody on this side of Ricketts Pond?
Yeah, it's just for screening and for noise, for
Yeah.
traffic on
And
44.
vegetative cover,
Yes.
yeah. So, this is gonna probably, this part is gonna remain the way it is, and you're just,
Yep, and right there at the edge of the green is the 100-foot buffer zone
Buffer.
from the wetland. So we purposely kept everything back
Yeah,
100,
yep.
and it's pretty much where the trees were already cut at one point in time.
yep,
There was gonna be an easement going through there for Mrs. McGrath's property, and the earth removal was stopped by the state at one point in time.
okay.
But, so
I
we're pretty much
understand.
just clearing where the green is and where
Yeah.
the pink is for this earth removal.
Okay.
Michael, any questions? Bill?
Placement of reforesting, what's the plan for, how many trees do you think you're gonna put back?
I think we spaced them about 10 foot on center.
10 foot? Okay.
Yeah, we've
Of the mixed pine and oak?
mixed pine and oak, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And we've actually done that for a subdivision that we developed in Kingston for turtle habitat.
Okay,
And it's taken very well, that combination.
okay. Now, this here, did this have to go in front of conservation?
No,
This
because
section?
we kept everything outside the 100-foot
You
buffer
kept
zone.
everything outside the 100-foot
Yeah.
buffer? Okay,
Yeah, and if you'll notice, there's a notation that will maintain a berm or a downward slope, so that there's no way that there would be any type of runoff into Ricketts Pond.
yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna put some wildflower mix in there too, huh?
Yes.
You'll have all any type of silt fencing anyways that you need.
No, because everything's gonna be,
Should
it's
facing
gonna,
towards,
it's gonna run in towards our side.
to your
Yeah.
side, yeah.
Well, we've been working with you on this project for a while, up in here. I remember when you were looking to purchase it from the state.
Yes,
Yeah, and so I think that it makes sense, good sense.
we think so.
And you're in an area where you have direct traffic to the highway.
Yeah, we've
And,
very little impact on
yeah,
highway
right.
roads. I mean, we're either going
yep.
eastbound or westbound on 44.
School buses or anything like that, you wouldn't have it.
Zero impact.
So I think it's a
And as you-
positive project.
I did visit Jason probably, a month and a half ago on a site visit, and I did ask him to make sure that all got sloped. I was kinda hoping to see it loomed and seeded, but we'll have it
Well,
done in the
right
spring.
now.
We got a little pressed for time. We did get it
Right.
homed, but the
Yeah.
temperatures just weren't conducive.
Yeah, there's no sense in wasting that time and money. But they did capitalize on getting that done, so.
I would say those slopes would be seeded no later than April 15th next year.
Yeah.
The weather cooperate.
Well, yeah, especially if you're closing on that
Right.
property.
Yeah,
behind
I'm
it.
under the gun to
Right.
have lot sales now.
Yeah,
so
right,
it's
okay.
gonna move along pretty quick now.
Any other questions from anybody? And this here is commercial, so this is the 25 cents, so just so everybody knows. Any other questions?
I don't have any.
Okay. Anybody hear a motion for anybody?
Why don't you guys make it? I've been making them all.
I'll make a motion to approve this plan, the expansion of this property.
I'll
So
second it.
Map 22, lot 4.
Map 22, lot 4, thank you, Bob.
I'll second it for the sake of
Just
discussion.
for the record, it is a public hearing, I'm a member of the public, I'd like to ask questions.
We're gonna finish our vote first, so,
So you're gonna vote on it before you take public comment, is that
yeah,
correct?
yes.
Okay,
So-
that really violates the
So,
open meeting law.
Billy made a motion, Dick seconded it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye,
thank you.
aye.
So we're taking public
So,
comment
so
after?
anyways, you'd like to make a comment now?
No, I wanted to make my comment during public hearing.
Okay, you
So
are,
the public
you're still in
hearing-
a public hearing,
You already voted.
yeah,
You don't vote
yeah.
until you take
Machine, do you
public-
have something you wanna ask? Because we wanna
Yes,
get on, we wanna
I'd
move
like
on.
to know if you actually know
Do you-
what the open
do you-
meeting law
Do you have a
says.
question that you wanna ask about the project?
Yes, why are you violating the open meeting law?
We're not- that was your question?
That's one of my
No,
questions.
what was your question you were gonna ask about the project?
What's the amount of the bond?
The amount of the bond?
Yes.
There is no bond.
A bond is required by 9.1.7E of your own site plan.
We have not required a bond for their project because we didn't need to.
Well, you do under, according to your bylaw.
For what reason?
Because the bylaw, your own bylaw, says that you shall require a bond.
At our own discretion.
No, it does not say at your own
Yeah.
discretion.
We don't have to require a bond.
Yes, you do.
We do not?
That is what your own bylaw says. Shall I read it to you?
No?
Okay, so then where is the fully complete restoration plan?
Right in front of us.
Right there.
Which complies with sound engineering practices and either the Natural Resources Conservation Service, Conservation Practice Standard, Land Reclamation, Currently Mined Code 544, or the Natural Resources Conservation Service, Conservation Practice Standard, Critical Area Planting, Code 342.
He has that all right on the plan.
Oh, where is
It's,
that?
the plan's right there.
And it complies with both of one of.
It
which
does
one-
comply. It's over and above with the plantings of the land.
Which one of these two standards does it comply with? You can look at the bylaw, section 9.1.5.
So is there something that you want to get to,
Yes, I
Machine?
would like to know which one of these. two
He has
standards.
this all on the plan that
He
you can
got,
read.
where?
Right there.
And
You
so
you can
which-
look right at it. If you want to get up and look at it, go right ahead.
So-
There's notations here all over the place about planting and what we're.
That's not my question.
It doesn't act in conservation because it's outside the 100-foot buffer.
No, you don't understand the question, obviously. Which of these two
Machine,
standards?
thank you so much for your input. We appreciate it,
Thank you,
but
gentlemen.
we're not up here to be embarrassed. Thank you so much.
The public's
Thank
not
you so
here to
much.
be insulted.
You're the only public here. You don't even live in this town, so
That
please.
really doesn't matter.
We're all here on volunteer. We don't need to be embarrassed by
I'm a
you. Not all of us are lawyers, so please.
You have a
Thank you.
duty
We do.
to implement
We have
your
been.
bylaws, and
We
you're
do.
ignoring them.
We do. This is an ongoing project.
If it's an ongoing project, why is
Yes.
the new permit?
It's
a public
because it's a
hearing?
buddy to the property.
All right, so I'm
Right.
asking you questions about compliance
Right.
with your own bylaws.
And it is in compliance with it. He has everything on that plan that he just showed you.
I just
Thank you so
asked
much for your
which
comments. I
of the
appreciate it.
standards that
Thank you so much.
I don't know how to
Thank you.
support
This is
Thank you,
an
Ms. Sheen.
egregious
Thank you.
violation
Yep.
of your own bylaws.
Is
Thank you so much.
Mrs. McGrath over there, Bill?
I don't know.
Thank you all very much for taking this
Do-
unnecessary abuse of
Did,
your service.
did,
You're a joke.
Excuse me?
He just called me a joke and
Oh,
insulted me.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me.
No, I wasn't talking to you.
I apologize for that. You shouldn't have said that. So. All right, next on the agenda.
upstairs. No, isn't it? It's at the high school.
It's at the high school.
And it's going on now?
Yes.
They double stacked the meetings to make sure that people were confused, so they planned this at the same time as the
Okay.
conservation meeting.
All right, I appreciate it, thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I don't think that's true.
Next on the agenda is discussion on Alex Johnson and Sons permit site location map 83 lot 1. So we met.
Remind me of what that
Remember
is.
we met out there, Dick, I think Jim was with us, with
That's
Betty,
down,
Betty Mackey.
yes,
Up
okay.
on Middle
Yep,
Street?
yep,
Yes,
Company bog?
Yep.
yes.
Yep,
So I met with G. Lopes and one of the abutters out there out front. So we need to put a time limit on, we gotta give them one year. It's been ongoing. We've had all the plan reviews, but now it's getting to be too much. So we need to have one more site visit out there with the contractor and the abutter there that has concerns about stuff. So, and I think we really need to set a timetable on this one, on the next review, permit review, and it's probably gonna be, that might be it. So,
because we've had that permit in place for quite a while.
yes, yeah.
Long time.
And no,
Are they supposed to be, are they
And
supposed to
no
be using
completing.
Indian Street?
I'm sorry?
Are they supposed to be using Indian Street for that project?
When they actually get on the street, it's basically out of our jurisdiction. They're, once they hit the road, we can suggest ways that we would like them to go
Yeah.
and stuff. We do have to tell them about school bus times, but once they hit the pavement, then they're under the DOT scrutiny, you know. Our order conditions are from the road in.
Yep, no, I just
You
wasn't
know.
sure.
but we've always made suggestions.
We've made suggestions and it's, you know,
For the
choosing
route,
common sense wise
yeah.
of like, you know,
Because we
for the
didn't want
neighbors
to
and
have
stuff.
traffic where we had a lot of school bus activity and things like that, well.
So, I'm gonna get a hold of G. Lopes and have them come into the next meeting. I just wanted to discuss it with the committee first.
Are we going to visit the site first, or have?
Yes, yeah, I would like to visit the site first, just so everybody gets a view of what's going on and stuff. They did start sloping in the back towards the bogs, and they're working their way around. But
Yeah,
you were out there, Michael, you weren't there with us, it was me, you, and Jim, I think, it was just...
Was that the one where you had to climb over the rope?
Oh, yeah, you were there,
Yeah,
yeah, you were
yeah,
there, that's
yeah,
right, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
somebody-
one, yeah.
somebody had to take the rope, I helped Betty through it.
Yeah,
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 that's correct.
yeah, then her guy showed up with the key afterwards, yeah.
Yeah,
So anyways, I think that has to be, I will get in touch with them, I will set a meeting date for Saturday morning or something, ASAP, and I'll get back to everybody, so we can all get out there
Okay.
and get
Yeah.
under it, so.
Will it be
yeah,
this weekend or
You know, we run into
next weekend's Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, yeah, right, so I don't know if people are traveling or not. I can try to set it up for this Saturday, if I can't, then it'll be after the following Saturday.
yeah,
After Thanksgiving, so that's probably what it'll be more
I was
likely.
gonna say, I
Yeah,
got a commitment for this Saturday,
yeah, so
So,
we'll
yeah.
basically just put it
but I will,
2 weeks from this Saturday
all
then.
right.
It would be December 4th,
Yeah,
just so you know.
right. Does that sound good if I can set that up? I'll return that to everybody December 4th.
Mhm.
Okay.
Any other discussion on that? Any concerns from anybody? Okay, next on the agenda, let's review of the earth removal account and update transmittal forms, which you gave us to me.
There's a lot of people here.
Yeah. Just so you know, on this one here, it's commercial.
Excuse me?
Commercial.
Yes, I noted that, 25
Yeah.
cents in the order.
Yes. Yeah. So this account was updated, so you have the other one.
The accounting?
Yes.
It should be in, is it in? This one here?
Yes. So does everybody have the accounting sheets in front of them? So is there anybody that hasn't submitted besides the ones that are on a freeze? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Let me get back to you.
This one, I believe, is closed or closing.
Yes.
That's where they did the internal.
Yes, right.
This is the newer
Still,
one, so.
yeah,
So this one here,
yeah.
federal. And
This one's coming to an
every-
end too, I believe. This one.
Okay.
Federal, yeah.
I wasn't aware of that.
It's getting
And
close.
this one is closed. I wanted to verify that. I believe
Yeah,
this is.
yeah, that's closed.
Right,
Route
so
44
that's
development is closed.
Mhm.
Yep,
So, yeah,
okay.
not too many, just a
Yeah.
few.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So any of those closed sites might be related to our new draft for our closing,
Permit?
signing
Yes.
off on a,
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, okay.
That's just a draft, so if
Yeah.
anybody wants
Yeah.
to, take a
That's
look
just a
at it.
draft sheet, so if anybody has any input that they would
So
like to.
how many of these do we need to finish with our final site visit so that we can close them officially? We got any?
So one would be the Edgewood Bogs LLC that we went out to.
Yep,
So I think that one is gonna close.
yep,
Just the one, the other side of their property is still ongoing.
yep.
Um,
Is the federal?
Federal one's getting real close. They've been looming and seeding the slopes
Yep.
this past couple of months. Might have stopped now, but that's getting real close. Right now, I think they're still building bog there in its place.
Okay, yeah, out
So-
back there, yep.
So they're getting close, but I can always
Oh,
get in touch with them.
whatever. Yeah,
And actually, Paul Foley's first permit is closed.
yeah,
Franklin Marsh
Is active.
is active,
yep.
active, active, active. Then there's that one we were just discussing there with Mackey. Whoever Hannuler and Sons is,
Active.
it's active, but remember we went out there and visited?
Yes.
They're kind of like, they haven't done
Yeah,
anything. They're just
yeah.
at a standstill.
Yeah.
But they still have to come in front of us when the year review to see what, they're going, so.
To complete it, yeah.
And then this one is Van Johnson. He's still active.
Mhm.
Route 44 development is closed. SLTs, who's just here, they're still active. Almost done. And
Okay, so
that's it.
are we gonna have visit, once we decide what we're gonna do with this draft? We're gonna,
Yeah,
pay a.
so maybe we can do 2 visits when we visit on the 4th. We can do 2 visits to close out a
All right.
couple.
Well, that would be good, because then we'd know how we stand on all of them, and we
Right.
can, when we do a review in the spring,
Right.
we won't have to deal with those that are closed.
Okay. So did everybody look at the draft sheet? Is there any input anybody would have on it?
No, I think it suffice, it gets the job done. So notify, declare the earth removal permit issued, officially closed effective October 18, 2021. Would you be changing that? That date would stay the
Yes,
same?
that would be according to the day that you,
That would be according to
What, yeah,
the day we close it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
yeah, you
so that would
just
change
adjust
that.
the dates.
This is
and
just
that's it.
a.
yeah,
Right.
yep.
um,
No, I think that's good. That closes in a loophole that we wanted to get filled.
Yep. Just one thing that I was thinking is that should we have all the committee members' names on here to sign off on the
yeah,
close,
I didn't think of that.
right?
I think that's a good idea.
That way there, I think everybody acknowledges that the permit is closed and it's done. And then it gets filed with everybody's signature on it.
We can, yeah, I mean, that's,
Yes.
that would
good
be
idea.
more than we need. I mean,
Yeah,
you got the chairman, our chairman on there,
Yeah,
but I mean, that would be fine.
that's the only thing that I would like to see changed
Okay.
on that. so.
yeah. That's a great suggestion. And the signature of the permit holder as well.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, where would that go, Darlene?
I'll work it in.
All right,
So-
Kinda
so-
similar as
So the
the
permit
order
holder, the
conditions.
permit holder will have a signature,
yep,
and then the committee members will have a signature, and then
okay,
we can file it, and the job's complete.
yep,
And when we sign off on it, that means all the order of conditions have been met as far as lumen, slope, and seeding,
yes,
and everything's up to snuff. so,
yes. I like that.
Yeah, okay. So, that'll be good.
Yeah, that'll be great. So I'll work on that.
Do you need a motion on that, Mr. Chairman?
This is just
Just,
this is just filing of paperwork. I don't think we need a
Yep.
motion.
okay,
We've already had a vote on actually drafting this up.
yep,
To have those in place now. This is just to get it up to
now
snuff.
we got a consensus here at
Yeah.
the meeting anyway, as far as the minutes go.
Right. All right. Everybody else set with that? Or? Next thing on the agenda, we'll set the next meeting.
Well, the next meeting is gonna be that
So-
site visit, December, what'd you say it was?
That'll be
Ron?
December 4th. So,
December.
with the holidays towards the end of the month, we won't be able to have the meeting at the end, so it'll be in January. Is everybody okay with that?
Do you anticipate any?
I don't
permits-
anticipate any
permits
other
coming in?
permits
No?
coming in, nothing. I anticipate a
Okay.
couple of these closing off,
Yep.
closing up,
Yep.
being done with them.
Okay,
I think it's gonna be pretty quiet going forth.
it's not exactly the season that you wanna be
Yeah.
going through it.
Well, I think it's gonna be pretty
Planning.
quiet anyways.
Yep,
Like I said, a lot of these here are gonna probably be done, I'd say, next year. I'd say at least almost half. You know,
yep.
So,
So in January, the last Wednesday of the month is the 26th.
it's the 26th.
1, 26, 22. We're right into,
That was the first time I wrote it.
I didn't think I was gonna live past 2000.
So is everybody good with that? Yeah. This here is just the order of conditions that we have to sign.
That's another thing that would need to be, well, I'll do up the order of conditions from tonight.
Yeah. Right. Just pass those down. These are the last two there. Oh, yeah, does the other one say that?
They didn't notice it on the other one.
It's, probably get appropriate material for that. It's the,
Should be a recycled,
instead of stone dust, it should say
Oh, okay.
the recycled asphalt.
I wonder if I crossed it off and initialized it, or do you want me to do a whole new document?
Well, I mean, stone dust is an adequate material. It's just that
Mhm.
it's the same aspect of what it does.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
future.
I would
Oh.
put recycled and just initial it.
Okay.
Initial it. Yeah. Yeah. And then,
Why don't you initial it as well?
yeah, and this one here is paved, so that's why it's on
Okay,
this one. Yeah.
okay, that's
I
it.
knew there was a reason why we didn't have something on that other one, I just couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
it's paved.
Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anything else, committee members?
Not that I know of, I don't know.
Do I hear a motion? We adjourn?
Moved, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Seconded?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.